Uh-oh, he's back. Yay! Yay!
Master culturist. Also running late.
$4.
You went for $3. Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
And I'm the $4, so it's a $3.
Someday we'll have a real guest.
Yeah. Pop Culture Kitten is real. You know, Pop Culture Kitten. Where's Pop Culture Kitten? Oh, the delay is real.
Well, yeah, that's why you don't pay attention to the stream. Yeah, ignore the stream. We're just chatting.
Yeah.
Good podcast.
And things. The thing list! Yeah, the thing list. I have absolutely no opinions.
Did you not watch season 1?
I never watched Stranger Things.
Watch it! It's so good!
No, it didn't. I never watched it. It just passed me by.
Watch it! It's so good!
Just a little on the inside and a lot on the outside. But no, yeah, it passed me by.
It's still there! It's not... It's
No,
not
no, it's past.
It's
gone.
still relevant!
Too late.
Season 2 this Saturday, dude! Just binge it and then watch it Saturday.
Ugh.
Yeah, spoilers for Stranger Things season 1.
Hang on.
Oh yeah. Good.
I think it's going to be backwards on the stream.
No, it's good. It's good. You're good. I mean, judging by the trailer alone, how they use Thriller, yes.
And Ghostbusters Halloween costumes.
wait, so you know about the season 2 trailer, but you never saw season 1?
Yeah, I saw the trailer. I know about the super creepy Demogorgon.
Demogorgon. I don't know. I think so. Something like that. So excited. So excited, too.
No.
And
I can say this without even having any connotation.
I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. I think the Demogorgon was dealt with.
Yeah, like just kind of thinking, or just kind of looking at any of the promotional stuff in the trailers that I've seen, it looks like they're kind of going Eldritchian horror, Cthulhu-y type deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Slams the Demogorgon piece down. So good. Yeah. Yeah.
Just realized I was muted this whole time. They heard you guys talking, and then
Were you
none
really?
of my conversation was heard. That's fine.
Quick, kill the stream. Let's start from the beginning.
That's fine. Let me reintroduce everyone.
Feign your
Hello.
shock at my not watching Stranger Things.
Here. Hard restart, or soft restart. Hello, welcome to Pop Cultured. I'm Master Culturist Janky Shenanigans. That's JoeLBone, Lootbox Aficionado. That's SFE and Noah, Kingdom Hearts 3-teller. And that is our special guest, Pop Culture Kitten.
Pop Culture Kitten!
Technical difficulties.
Here's the thing. It's one of those things where like I can still hear you guys because the audio still comes through, and then I just didn't register that that my microphone was on.
Yourself.
So anyway, so for the spiel again, welcome to the Pop Culture Podcast. This is our first episode. I think it's going smashingly well. Just perfect.
No problems.
No issues
no problems
whatsoever.
whatsoever. I don't know what you're talking about. We talk about pop culture things, and we are currently discussing Stranger Things,
Which I've never watched.
which Noah has never watched. Which is
we gave Noah a lot of flack for that.
No, I gave you guys the opportunity. You had to feign your horror and disgust at me again.
It's too late.
we
It's
didn't
too late.
feign. What are you talking about? That was real horror and disgust that you didn't watch season 1. I don't know what you're talking about. That was
No, I
real,
meant again.
actual horror and disdain.
I was very dissatisfied.
But going back to the trailer for season things, did I say season things?
Yep.
Yeah, season
Season
things.
things.
Stranger 2 of
That
season things.
Eldritch horror cooking show, season things. Could you imagine like a Cthulhu themed cooking show?
Hello, welcome to Stranger to Cooking Thing.
The seasoning is just like some nasty shit that he like throws out of his mouth, just like, and this is how we season chicken.
They're all like squid and octopus dishes.
Ooh,
Yes.
is that like cannibalism for him though? Is that cannibalism for Cthulhu to eat squid and octopus?
If you're Cthulhu, does it really matter?
That's like saying eating
Fair enough.
monkey is cannibalism for people.
Chilled monkey brains.
It's not the same.
I
like,
never
it's still pretty
understood
gross.
people who were like monkey brains. I'm like, what?
Monkey brains.
Why?
Not fond of
Why
monkey
monkey
brains.
brains? That's gross.
Not a
Yeah,
fan.
but going back to the
Monkey's
trailer
brains.
for Stranger Things season 2, because I think it shows like a clip of who this like villain is. Because there's that one scene where they're in the arcade, and then the kid who was in the Upside Down, whose name I can't think of right now. Someone help me out here.
I'm gonna let you struggle. I'm not throwing you that lifeline.
Thank you. Well, whenever he goes,
Mostly 'cause I've also
whenever
forgotten.
Will goes outside,
Will Byers.
yeah, and he like sees like the town, but it's like gone upside down, and you see like this kind of giant monster thing that's like kind of there and kind of not.
Yeah, like the giant octopus thing that's in the sky.
Yeah, and it's not the Demogorgon, I don't think. I think
No.
this is like something worse that was also from the Upside Down.
Yeah, probably. Will we see the Demogorgon? Maybe.
Maybe
I don't think
not
so,
the
but maybe.
Demogorgon.
Um,
but
It
maybe
won't be like the
Demogorgons?
primary antagonist.
But I mean, 11's definitely going to be coming back.
Well, yeah.
So that's no understand. Okay, help me with this. So in the trailer, she like wakes up in the room with like the blasted bits of Demogorgon. Okay, I get that. But then she's like in the Upside Down, and she like climbs through a hole into the real world that's like in the middle of the school. I'm sure it will explain it in the season, but I'm just like, was no one like worried or concerned about the black gunky hole like right next to these lockers in the main hallway? Like, was no one looking into that? Because
I think we'll get an explanation in season 2, or at least I really hope we do.
Yeah.
If we don't, be a little upset.
Yeah.
That'll be weird.
Like maybe it just appeared. I don't know. This is weird because we also got that like weird like scene at the end of the first one that I don't want to spoil it, but come on, this is like what, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago?
Yeah,
now?
it's fine.
It was a while ago anyway.
Don't not spoil for my sake.
I'm not worried about that. You should watch it though. Definitely watch it. But like we have that scene at the end where the sheriff like puts the waffles in the box, and like it's like she's gonna get this in the Upside Down, whatever. Like, it's never explained what happens, but it's like a post-credit scene or something. I don't know if it was actually.
I don't think I watched that.
Yeah, it was like the last scene of the show. It's the sheriff. He's out in the woods, and there's like just a wooden box on the ground. He like just puts some waffles and some other food in a box, closes the box, and walks away.
Weird.
As we know.
Oh wait, no. And then does she open the box?
Eleven's favorite food.
No.
We never see her open the box.
You never see her again after like what happened. Okay.
After the Demogorgon scene, yeah.
It's a weird show.
After the Demogorgon.
But Stranger Things season 2 coming out on Saturday. That'll be
season things.
Super
Stranger 2.
So hype. Not gonna binge it though. I'm gonna give it like a little maybe I'll watch 2 episodes and I'll watch 2 more the next week. Unless I have to binge it for this. I probably have to binge it for this so we can just talk about it.
Yeah, probably.
Binge it.
I'll binge it. If I watch it with my dad and he didn't want to binge it, I'll just binge it on my own.
I still have to.
My own. I'm a binge the entire show on my own.
Next topic.
Next. Oh, okay. So the next thing we have to talk about today is
that we don't have a segue.
Overwatch League!
Look, I could have made a segue, but you were just like, let's talk about the next thing.
I'm too excited.
There was Dead Space.
There is not Dead Space.
I am so excited for Overwatch League. I don't know why. I've never been big into esports, but something about just making it like regionalized and having like the home team you can root for.
Okay, but to be fair, the thing about like, I don't think that, I don't think a ton of people have been into esports, but I think especially lately, esports has just become more popular in general. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I think especially because a lot of people really enjoy Blizzard, I apologize, I have to plug something in here. But
that's
because fine. A lot of people are really into Blizzard as a company. I think that because they were just like, look at this super hype thing we made for Overwatch, which we already like designed to be an esport anyway, and people are just like, oh, it's like it's like more standardized esports. So I think people are like even more hyped for Overwatch.
Yeah, it's like the step to make esports more like regular sports.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we have the like regionalized teams.
That reminds me of something. Yeah. Did you hear that the National Baseball League was thinking about suing Blizzard? Baseball? Yeah, Major League Baseball was thinking about suing Blizzard over the Overwatch League logo.
What happened with that?
It's because the Overwatch League. Yo, T-Racer's in the chat, so I'm just gonna shout him out real quick. Welcome.
Yeah.
Way to be here.
We got viewers.
Yo, T-Racer, you're actually just in time because we're talking about Overwatch right now. But what happened with it was that the logo for Overwatch League is like Tracer, and it's got like the yellow
it's Tracer
and gray,
with like the blue and orange,
with like the Overwatch colors, But the thing is, if you hold it up to like the like MLB logo, it's like the same.
It's pretty
aside from the
spot
fact
on.
that the colors are different and
The character,
the character, yeah, the like outline's different. It's the same logo, and so the MLB is like,
Oh
"No,
yeah,
that's not
but
okay."
like a lot of people use that for a lot of different things. It's not
Yeah.
like Major League Baseball may have done it bigger or done it first, but they're
Well-
not the only one who uses that style of thing.
The only reason it made me laugh is because, like, whenever they first announced Overwatch League, I wrote an article for GamerBuzz that was just like, has anyone else noticed how much this looks like the MLB logo?
Oh yeah, no, that's the first thing everyone
4 months
noticed.
later,
Yeah, it's like,
4 months
yeah.
later, they're just like, we may be taking action. And I'm like, you were late to this party, MLB. Everyone saw it.
It's dumb. It's dumb.
it's
Like
too
a lot of people
late.
use that though.
Yeah.
Yeah. For recent news in Overwatch League, it was just yesterday actually. Boston Uprising was presented. What is that? The 5th team to be officially announced is like, this is the team. This is their colors. They're joining the Los Angeles Valiant, the San Francisco Shock, the Dallas Fuel, and the Shanghai Dragons as the 5 teams we know.
Shanghai Dragon.
The Shanghai Dragons? Do they
Yep,
have like a
Shanghai
logo
Dragons.
yet?
Yeah, all of these teams have logos, colors, and everything.
But they
Yeah.
haven't been shown on the Overwatch League site, right? Or
Yes,
have they
all of
updated
these
it?
teams have. These 5 have.
Okay.
The other 7 haven't yet.
Because I see the ones for Boston and for Valiant.
Yeah, just keep go. Just hit like read more.
Oh,
Read more, and
okay.
it'll show
All
you the other
right.
ones.
San Francisco Shock, Dallas Fuel. I dig it. Dallas Fuel. That's hilarious. Texas.
Yeah.
Our team name is going to
Yeah.
be Fuel.
Dallas. I love them too. I really like
Yeah,
their
no, it's
colors.
super cool.
So far, I'm loving all of these.
Yeah. And I like that. I don't know if you already mentioned it. You may have, but I just like the team color aesthetic of creating
Yeah.
like a whole bunch of different
Yeah.
teams and like giving them
Again-
their own skins.
Yeah, like we don't. Again, it hasn't been confirmed, but for each team they've announced, they've shown a hero with some colors that shows the team's color scheme. So, for example, like Shanghai Dragons, it's Mei wearing like the red and yellow. Dallas Fuel's Genji with the blue on blue. San Francisco Shock has Doomfist. Los Angeles Valiant had Mercy, and now Boston Uprising shows Soldier 76 with the blue and yellow, which I love.
I would show it on our other screen, but I didn't set that up before the podcast.
It hasn't made it
started.
yet. Next
So-
time, maybe.
Next
So-
time.
I
You can look it up
here.
easy.
Yeah, we have this other screen. I just haven't filled it in yet. So
Well, don't worry
yeah.
about it. Don't worry about it.
The pop culture kitten, though.
Here, I'll share a link to the Overwatch League page right now. There we go.
yes, good.
You showed it off the other screen.
T-Racer has to go find a charger.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so Boston Uprising was announced. They're showing Soldier 76. Oh, and the theory, which I don't think Blizzard has confirmed, but hopefully it's the case, is each team is going to have their own color scheme, which they have, and each hero is going to get a skin that is that color scheme, like a rare type recolor. Where it's going to be like a skin. It's going to have the logo somewhere on the hero, and that's going to be the team jersey. Like the team will just wear those skins in every match. So to most spectators, you can easily differentiate. Okay, that's that team. That's that team. Instead of looking for the red or blue outlines.
Right. Now that's not. That's also not going to be like a thing that everyone can get. Right. Those are just
We
going to be
don't
skins
know.
that are made for those teams.
Let's be real. Blizzard would be kind of stupid not to release them for everyone, just because
Well,
they're
but
cool new rare recolors. We haven't gotten like new recolors for any of the heroes yet. And
That's
this would be
true.
a way to give more put more skins in the game for people.
That's true, and I get that would be like a good way to cheer for your favorite team. But I also feel like if there's a whole bunch of people running around wearing like the Boston jersey, and they're like, "I'm part of the Boston team," and then they're just like shitting
Well,
on
that's
everyone
just
in
the thing.
Overwatch, and
That's
it's
the thing.
just like,
We know who the team members are on each team,
yeah,
so it's not gonna be like, yeah, X Sephiroth X. I'm on the Boston Uprising. It's like, no, you're not.
that sounds like a lucid nightmare.
You're not.
Team member.
Well, that's just my go-to like
Grumster.
internet name.
Except
Also,
for-
go watch Good Game on YouTube Red. It's fun.
also
it's a fun show.
go do that. Oh,
Also related to esports. But yeah, no, like it's a good way to add the recolors, and there's a lot of people complaining right now of like these skins are terrible, they're so bad, I don't like these.
People will complain about anything.
Exactly,
because like this is something that I've noticed like a lot lately is like, and especially with like the whole Rick and Morty sauce thing.
Oh my god,
the toxicity of just geek culture anymore. Like there's the small but very loud group of fans that are like, "This is mine."
It's not even like that small.
That I don't agree with.
I'm not going to say it's the majority, but it's not a small group.
Well, I think the problem too is like it's. I think it's kind of gotten to the point where, you know, like, okay, I'm just gonna put it this way: our generation, who existed before
millennials,
before Google,
those millennials.
Well, no, but I'm saying like you could also divide that further into like people who grew up with internet most of their life, but like still had a childhood without it, and then like the kids who always have the internet now. I think that we learned proper behavior.
Yeah,
and then
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna try to make us sound special. We're like we're like one of the last generations to like we know what it was like without the internet because it wasn't as pervasive in our early childhood.
Right,
as it was for a lot of people. And
I mean, I think the thing is, like, yeah, I'm not going to say that we didn't do a whole bunch of, like, stupid shit on the internet, because we did. We were, like, the people who started it. Like, our generation was like, ooh, what's this new thing, the internet? And then we made a whole bunch of mistakes. But then, like, we learned from them, and we learned, like, etiquette on the internet. I think that, and that's not to say that a lot of people who do this, like, crappy stuff aren't our age, because they are. But I think that there are like people who get onto the internet and it's like they get on the internet and they figure out like how to behave in a cordial way on the internet. And then there are people who just like shout out their opinions and say stuff they would never say to another human being face to face. And then they just say it on the internet. And I think that that's become like more pervasive. And I think that that's kind of led to like, in the case of this Rick and Morty sauce thing, I think that that's why people rioted at McDonald's. It's because they've spent so much time on the internet just being able to say whatever they feel like saying that I think it's gotten to a point where they feel like that's somehow socially acceptable to do in real life too. And it's like, yeah, but it's not. Like, that's not how you act. That shouldn't be how you act on the internet anyway. But it definitely shouldn't be how you're acting in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so anyways, my basic point with that whole thing was like, that's everywhere, but I feel like, you know, that's the majority of people that are complaining about the skins. It's like, oh, they don't look good, or oh, they're, you know, why don't we all have these, or why can't, you know? Right. It's like, just shut up.
Yeah. You know, like you're always going to have people who complain. That's just the nature of things. Is that there's always going to be someone who's going to complain, but you just have to like figure out how to deal with it and how to move past it. But yeah, no, Overwatch League seems really cool. I especially think it's awesome in the wake of Blizzard building the Blizzard Arena out in LA, because they actually had the Overwatch Contenders tournament out there. That was like the opening event, and that was sort of like settling in who like some of the big players in Overwatch League are going to be, and then they could like pick who was going to be on what team there, because I think they did like some drafting there, and so that's all super cool and super awesome. Yeah.
And also like a lot of these teams, they're pulling in some of the pros from the other like professional Overwatch teams that already existed.
Right, exactly.
I mean, if you have the talent, that's a big reason why there's two teams in LA.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the talent's already there. I mean, I don't remember who the two teams were, but it was two big teams for, it was two already big teams. They're like, yeah, we're just going to make Overwatch League teams, and then we'll compete there. Not with the same teams, but...
So they have Valiant, and then who is the other LA team?
We don't know. It hasn't been announced yet.
Oh, okay.
It hasn't been revealed.
Gotcha.
We just know that there's two LA teams.
How many teams will there be in Overwatch League, like total?
For the first season, there's going to be 12.
Okay, and
for the inaugural season. I imagine they'll add more as time goes on.
how many have they announced already then?
5.
5. Okay.
They've presented 5 of them.
Was it just 5?
Yeah, because it's Boston, LA, San Francisco, Dallas, and Shanghai.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the list. I was looking at the actual
they've
like
announced
list.
who
Yeah,
the 12 are. We just don't know what their names are or their colors or anything else.
got you. Yeah, because it's going to be Boston, Dallas, Houston, London, to LA, Miami, Orlando, New York,
Miami,
Philadelphia.
Orlando is one team.
Yeah, San Francisco, Seoul, Shanghai, and that's the teams. So
That's the inaugural season for Overwatch League, which I'm still so excited for.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know what it is. Just making esports more like real sports.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
For those of you asking, by the way, Pop Culture Kitten is the special guest for the day. Pop Culture Kitten
Pop Culture
knows all
Kitten.
pop culture. It's,
Hopefully
it's
next
great.
time we'll have a more talkative
Pop
guest.
culture kitten.
Well, look,
He's pretty shy.
Yeah.
Pop Culture Kitten's pretty shy.
Pop Culture Kitten is there for the views.
We gave him some catnip. He's fine.
We can't all get by on our looks like Pop Culture Kitten.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, this alone took hours of makeup teams to get
This alone took minutes of shaving.
quality. I'll tell you what, though. I think that Overwatch League is definitely going to bring a lot of views to Twitch. And speaking of Twitch, let's talk about Twitch and all the new things coming to that. Because, of course, we are streaming on Twitch. Twitch affects a lot of what we do. And so let's talk about Twitch. Specifically, all the new changes they're making to the subscription system. Obviously, Twitch is always changing things, trying to make things better. And I think the nice thing about Twitch, not to, hate on any other service that we might also use, but I think they're really good about talking about changes and telling people what to expect and how to...
We're making an update.
Yeah.
When is it coming out? Nobody knows, but beware of an update.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Someday.
But of course, Twitch has like the beta that it like automatically opts you into now every time you log in.
Would you like to opt into the beta? No? Well, you're here now. So
You're here
Too
now.
damn bad.
And obviously, they had the affiliate program update that was actually toward the beginning of this year. But that's like it's less strict than partnership terms. So you could become an affiliate and still get like the subscription button. You just get like a little less access to things. But the most recent update is the subscription beta. And one of the cool things about that is that you can now gift subscriptions to Twitch channels.
yeah, that's cool. That's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'll ever use it, but I like it.
Right. Well, I know a lot of streamers like to use it, right? So like Dodger. Needless shill. So
even say
Dodger, I know that she's always said that she would like to give out subscriptions to her channel as like a giveaway, from streamer to community. So it's really cool that you get like some gift subscriptions now.
That's probably going to be the biggest use for it. Gifting subscriptions from streamer to community.
So just because I'm kind of behind on things and I haven't really been paying attention to the whole Twitch subscription thing.
Why are you on this podcast?
We're pop culture, dude. You're not keeping up with the pop culture.
I'm keeping up with pop culture, just not Twitch. Because, anyways, but so the Twitch subscription thing that's basically just you have to pay like an extra subscription fee to different.
You can. It's not
streamers?
like you have to. It's you can choose to pay a bigger subscription to better support your favorite streamers.
Right,
Okay.
which is the other part of the
They're
subscription
optional.
beta, by the way, in case you guys haven't seen it, is that it for partners, for Twitch partners, this isn't for affiliates, but for the partners, there's now different levels of subscribing. So if you want to just stay at like the $5 a month subscription, that's fine. But you can also give them $10 a month. Well, $9.99.
$9.99 or $24.99.
Yeah, or $24.99. And the only difference there that I can see from the beta is it just gives you like super emotes, and you just get like noted as someone who like gave a lot. And I mean, if you really like a streamer, that's a super cool way to support them if that's like your thing and that's what you want to do, and that's awesome. But especially the gift subscriptions.
Wait, chat's saying that tiered subs are available for affiliates too.
Oh, really? See, this is why
We're learning.
this is why you got to do it on Twitch. That way, chat can correct you whenever you're not saying things correctly.
Well, I'm just saying.
I mean, well, this is from April 19th. Is there a newer version of this?
There could be.
Because if there's a newer file, then...
Yeah, that could be. I could just be looking
Yeah.
at old information. I know.
maybe.
We got to get with the times. I apologize.
Why are you
And
on
you
this
guys
podcast?
aren't checking pop culture.
Look, you didn't know anything about Twitch subscriptions at all, so
Because
that's why I was...
low key don't
it's
care
fair
about
with you.
Twitch.
Don't say that! That's where we are!
You literally said that while we're streaming on Twitch.
Like low key though, I appreciate it, and I like I like everything about it.
I, for one, love Twitch.
I, for one, love Twitch. You should make me an affiliate Twitch and give me a hoodie.
Me too. I haven't streamed in like a year, but do it.
I stream much more.
Twitch, you're like that cousin I never really knew I had. I'm still getting to know you.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my goodness. Okay. But yeah, that's what's going on with Twitch, and of course there are always new updates, and you gotta keep up with them, or else you're gonna sound real stupid whenever you say things that aren't true.
Don't be like us.
Don't be like us.
What do you mean, us? I haven't said anything stupid yet.
Well,
I've said
maybe
nothing
you'll be able to
stupid
say
stuff.
something about the next topic, which is Activision's matchmaking system. So let's talk about
Matchmaking,
that.
make me.
I don't know what to
Find
say.
me a find, catch me a catch.
I don't know what to say about it other than it's all been said already and that it's just terrible. And this no, I'm not making a joke there.
Wow.
Like,
Oh, no.
This is terrible.
I
that
know.
This is allowed.
But it's still hilarious that we were just like, maybe you'll say something stupid now, and you're just like low key, just like, I have
It's
nothing to
terrible.
say. This
Oh,
is terrible.
It's bad. Like it should not be allowed to exist.
It is, and for those of you who don't know about what's going on with Activision, they put up a patent for a game engine which matchmakes you to people who it's basically like trying to get you to buy into their microtransaction.
Yeah.
So it's like their example was, if you want to be a really good sniper, this system would put you into a match with a sniper that has like really good equipment. And so
That they bought.
And then you're going to see that and you're going to be like, I also want that really good equipment. And then it's like it's going to matchmake you in a way that's going to make you more likely to buy crap from them. And the thing is, Activision has said that they don't put this in any of their games. This was developed like apart from their game studio.
Did Activision say that?
Yeah, they did. They have a quote that's just like, this was developed apart. We patent things all the time. That doesn't mean that we use them. And then Bungie came forward because, of course, Bungie worked with Activision for Destiny 2, obviously, because it's part of Battle.net. And so they worked with Activision as publishers. And they're just like, look, we can tell you right now, this isn't part of Destiny. Destiny isn't going to make you like... It's not going to matchmake you with people just to buy things. We promise that that's not in our game engine. But the thing is, like, even if Activision doesn't use this now, everyone's going to be incredibly suspicious of Activision. Because they even put a patent on it. So it's one of those situations where it's like, you can tell us that you're not going to use this thing that you patented. But now that we know it exists, we're going to be eternally suspicious of you and suspecting that you're just going to like sneak this into a game at some point and try to make us like buy extra things from you.
It's crazy. Like it's terrible. Like why
Because
Why
games
would-
as a service is a thing now.
Well, this isn't even games as a service. This is literally like matchmaking, which should typically be placing characters of equal skill against each other. No, we're going to place a really good player who has spent money on the game against someone who's maybe not so good, who hasn't spent money on the game, so that the person who's not so good will think that the items they buy will make them better.
Yeah.
Right.
I hate it.
Well, and here's the thing too, because we could expand, which we might as well since we're already here. Because this plays into other things too that are going on, like Battlefront 2, right? So that's a system where it's like the loot boxes in that game. Literally, you buy loot boxes.
I'm still
Our Star Wars fan storming off in anger. But it's like the way that loot boxes work in Battlefront 2 is that it's like they will give you like cards, right? So and maybe one of you, if you play Battlefront, you can help me with this because I never really played Battlefront. But my understanding is these cards are what you use to get like those special bonus perks, like turning into a hero or turning into like a really powerful hero and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so these loot boxes just give you these cards. And then the thing is, it like what you just said, Joe, it like Battlefront isn't going to match you based on level. It's not, because it's like a 60-player versus 60-player game.
Yeah,
it's like a huge free-for-all.
It's not going to succeed.
Right. So you're going to put like new players against people who can just like turn into Darth Vader, and then you keep playing as Darth Vader until you die because there's not a time limit on how long you can be. That's like the biggest complaint I've heard.
In the second one. In the second one. In the first one, there was a time limit.
In the second one. But that's like the biggest complaint I've heard from people who have played the Battlefront beta. They're just like, what are you supposed to do? Because there's no time limit, which means that if you're good as playing it as a hero, you can just wreck house and never die. And that's really fun for you. That's fun for no one else.
Yeah.
And so like,
because then no one else is going to get to play a hero. And at that point, it's like, well, why even play the fucking game? Frickin' game. Because it's like, it's like, nope.
Oh well.
I'll just go on a tirade of swearing. But it's just because, like, with Battlefront 2, I was so hoping that they were going to learn from all the shitty things that they did in the first one, and it was going to be like, okay, we're giving you a story mode. Great, awesome. This is a great and cool storyline that you're giving us. It gives us it gives people insight to what went on in the Shattered Empire comic if they didn't read it. It's really important shit that's going on. Lends a lot to a lot of crazy theories for Star Wars going on right now. Mm-hmm. But so story mode, yes, awesome, good. We're gonna rethink. We're gonna rework how multiplayer works. We're gonna it's not going to be necessarily mandatory. We're getting rid of the card system. They said that they were getting rid of the card system early on, and then fucking back.
Never mind.
We're adding the prequels. Anyone excited about that?
Oh my god, that was hilarious.
Naboo is only going to be. Naboo isn't necessarily a prequel world, even though it is. It also ties into what's going on with Shattered Empire and Project Cinder and all of that.
No, but on Naboo, you play as clone. You remember that big battle that happened between the clones and the droids on Naboo?
Yeah, but I'm also saying that.
Here's the thing, though.
No, wasn't that like a Clone Wars episode, though?
Maybe. I didn't watch Clone Wars.
Oh.
I didn't watch much of Clone Wars.
Here's what makes me laugh the most about that, though, is it's like, that's the one thing that they always showed off. And like everything for Battlefront.
That was every event.
Just like, Battle of Naboo. Get on it. They're just like, okay, so you pick like the one thing from the one trilogy that like all Star Wars fans across the board just say that they don't like. And you're just like, let's show off that.
Well, like I was saying, Naboo is actually kind of prevalent to what's going on as far as like the story mode is concerned.
Yeah,
because like with the Shattered Empire comic and all that, it was like.
But like, I don't remember a big battle in the city of Naboo between the clones and droids.
Oh,
and Darth Maul's there.
And Yoda.
And Yoda and Darth Maul are there.
Why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
but it's just one of those worlds that they did create for story mode. At least I think it's going to be in story mode.
I don't know.
That's also getting put into the multiplayer, but it's just like, because the card system is what ruined the first game for me. Like, I could not.
That's what I hate about most modern shooters. It's just
I
because
could not-
all of them have that stupid card system.
It's like, okay, number one rule of video games: if you put a frickin' card system in your game, people are gonna hate it.
No, I wouldn't say that. If you make the card system required for every mode, people are going to hate it.
Yeah.
Halo 5 actually you know that brand new game that came out like 4 years ago, Halo 5?
Yeah, that brand new Halo game.
It had a card system in it, but it was only used in one mode of the game, and you earned the cards from loot boxes. But loot boxes you got pretty regularly leveling up and stuff. And it wasn't even required in the mode. It just helped. Okay.
So Noah or Joe, just what exactly is a card system?
Yeah, I just saw that. I was going to explain it. Card system basically, so as you play the game, you get loot boxes of some sort that gives you random cards. The cards could be like, oh, you get to be the hero. Oh, you get this powerful weapon. Oh, you can operate this vehicle. Stuff like that. And like it's just little buffs and little tiny power, not even tiny, some of them are huge. But from tiny to huge power-ups that will totally change the game. Can totally change the game. But it's like, oh, this is just a better gun. This is just a better version of another gun. You have it for this match only, and then you use it, and it's gone. I think it actually started in, like, Titanfall. Was, like, the first game to really use it and have it be a big deal. But, yeah. That's the card system. And in Halo 5, it was only used in their, like, big war games mode, which was a very different mode from most of the game anyway. It wasn't like, oh, we're doing deathmatch. It was like, you have, like, PvP and PvE. It was really weird. I really liked it. Mm-hmm. But you could easily play the whole game and never touch that mode. And never even use the loot boxes. Although loot boxes in that game were also how you got, like, different armor pieces, which stunk. Like, that's how you got the different cosmetics.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you get cards and cosmetics.
But,
Ooh.
yeah, it was, well, because, okay, so just listening to that, it definitely sounds like the card system would be better if it actually matched you against people with similar cards. Is that fair?
Yeah. Or if it was just its own mode that used the cards and wasn't, every mode in the game has the cards.
It just didn't friggin' exist.
That too.
Well, that too, but
I guess the thing is, right, it's just like, it just feels like you can get, like, a super powerful gun, and you don't have to do anything to get it.
Yeah, but then after you use the gun, it's gone. It's one game. It's a one-game bonus. It's not always there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
so
is
you
sort of
have
like
to
the
keep buying
balance
loot
of the
boxes, or keep buying, like, whatever, in order to get that power-up again, or that gun again, and it's like...
Exactly.
You know what I would love to see?
Because, like, the thing is...
What?
No, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just going to go down another tirade. Like, in the first game, it was, like, 50% cosmetic and 50%, like, actual power-up bonus. Mm-hmm. Like, Han's gun was significantly better than, like, say, the standard issue militia blaster.
Yeah,
okay?
Right.
It's like Han's gun had a... You know, the militia blaster could probably reload faster and had more of a machine gun type deal, but Han's gun had better accuracy and better, you know, efficiency at killing or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's like, if you ran out of that card, well, you lost the gun, and it's like, well, I guess I got to play, you know, Han Solo. If I'm lucky enough to play a hero, I guess I've got to play Han Solo with a militia blaster. And it's like, why? Just why? Yeah. If you're gonna do that. If you're going to do the guns, make it cosmetic, make it something that you can unlock. Unless you're playing in hero mode, then just give them the thing for however long you're playing hero mode.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I don't feel like there should be upgrades to the heroes. Just make the heroes a solid thing. Like, you always have Han. Yeah. You always have this. You always have that.
I mean, I guess with, like, Vader and Luke, it was kind of like they didn't have a choice. They couldn't give you a gun as opposed to a lightsaber.
Here, have Han's gun. It's like, no, I don't want Han's gun.
But, I mean, so I guess
before he got the lightsaber?
But
Could you
it's,
imagine just like Darth Vader just like shooting people with Han Solo's gun? And then just
I mean,
like
he
using
did
the
take it
force
from
to
him in
bend the
5.
bullets like at people.
True.
It'd be like that movie. What was that one movie? I think Angelina Jolie was in it where they had to curve the bullets.
Oh,
Underworld?
what was
No,
that?
that's a
no, it
different
wasn't
movie.
Underworld.
Wanted?
It,
Underworld also had a
what
curved
did you
bullet.
say, Noah?
Wanted?
Wanted,
Was that it?
yes, just
Yeah.
like Darth Vader, but just like force curving the bullets like in Wanted, just like shooting people.
He has one hand out and he fires and he's using the other one.
There's like
bullets,
there's like a droid trying to run away and it can't because the bullet just keeps following it through. Oh my god, that would be hilarious. I'd be okay.
The only thing that would make it better
I'd
is
be
if it was
more
Jar Jar
okay.
Binks trying to run away.
Yes.
There it is.
I mean,
there it is.
I will still
There's the
probably
game
buy
mode.
the game for story mode,
Yeah.
but even then, from what people are saying, it's
I'll
like
just
the story
borrow it
mode
from you when you're
isn't-
done.
Yeah, people are saying it's not even really worth it anymore because of how EA fucked it up at the end after firing Visceral and everything. It's like,
Yo, let's talk about that then. Let's talk
Segue.
about EA single player games and
You mean
Don't
what we
exist
think
you
about
mean
that.
yeah? You mean the fact that they won't have any more?
yeah,
Well, maybe not EA. That's sort of the thing, though. Because I was reading a couple articles where they were talking about it. They're just like, look, yeah, EA isn't going to be making single player games maybe anymore, but there will be other people who will still make single player games.
But here's the thing. I think I'm not 100% on this. Anyone can fact check me and correct me. I don't care. Like, I think EA has like some sort of like deal with LucasArts that they're the only ones that get to produce Star Wars games anymore. Which, if that's the case, rest in peace, Star Wars games. We're screwed on that aspect. We will never see 1313 ever. We will never see that unfinished Darth Maul project ever. Ever.
We'll never see the Thrawn game we all desperately want.
Yeah.
I do want it.
Could you imagine just like a game? It's like what would a Thrawn game even be? I'm trying
just
to
be like-
imagine.
It would be like
Civilizations.
yeah. It'd be like
It'd be like
not
StarCraft,
It would
but
definitely be
Thrawn.
I can't remember it. I can't remember the title of like that genre.
What are you
Turn-based
thinking
strategy.
A 4K strategy.
of? Got you. Just could you? Oh my god, though, it would just be amazing. I picture a Thrawn game being more like a visual novel. Like Batman's Telltale, but you're playing as Thrawn.
But you're playing as Admiral
You're
Thrawn.
Thrawn.
And then, but when you get to the end, instead of feeling like, oh man, my choices didn't really matter, the ending would be the same anyway, Thrawn would just be like, it didn't matter what I chose because I saw this ending coming no matter what. And then you'd be like, haha, it fits right into Thrawn's personality. It doesn't matter what you
He's such
do.
a Deus Ex, though.
he
I love
knows
his
what's going to
character, but
happen.
He's so overpowered.
You can't call a character overpowered when literally he's just a character in a book series. Like in a game, you can call a
No,
player
he's in
overpowered.
Rebels. He's in Star Wars Rebels.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's
he's
right.
in
He
Rebels,
was in
and all
Rebels too.
season three, it was so friggin' annoying because it was like, oh, the Rebels did something good. Not so much. Here comes Thrall to ruin the day, and it's like,
Thrawn.
But that's what Thrawn's
not
all
Thrall.
about, dude.
Thrall.
That's
Here
what
comes
Thrawn
Goel.
does.
The
Thrawn
world-
comes in and he's just like, I
But
counter
I
your
think that's
move.
the cool thing about Thrawn, though, is like he is this big, powerful villain, but he's not a Force user.
yeah, he's
just
not
like
a Force user. He's
Yeah,
just
that's what's great about it. He's just a military general.
He
He's
is
just
an evil
He's just
Sherlock
like a
Holmes
tactical
of Star
genius.
Wars.
It's
Yeah.
so good. I love Thrawn.
And he just it's
Like,
always
he's not
something
even
like
Moriarty. He's just an evil Sherlock Holmes.
I just love
It's
those
true.
moments when he's just like, I knew that in the language of this tribe on this distant planet that this meant this and that meant that the trade deal
Exactly.
would fall through. It's just
That
like,
was
oh,
so
Thrawn.
friggin' annoying.
Oh, Thrawn.
It's like, You have to collect everything of your enemy. See this piece of art that Sabine drew? This means that anything tagged with this blah da 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 da. It's like, oh my god, can you stop being smart for like a week?
He
For
sees
1
it
week so
coming.
the rebels can
He
get
sees
lead.
it all coming. That's what's great about Thrawn. Oh my god. But no. Yeah, it might suck for Star Wars in terms of single player games because of EA and this whole visceral shutdown thing. But I mean, people are still going to make single player games because I don't think that's going away, especially with like how popular The Witcher 3 was and how everyone wants to make like every RPG like The Witcher 3 now. Like Assassin's Creed Origins, they're just like, we're going Witcher with it.
Real quick, circling back, I looked up the EA thing with Disney.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see anything saying it was like an exclusivity deal. It was just a deal that EA was going to produce Star Wars games with three of their studios, including DICE and Visceral and BioWare.
And they just shut that down.
Yeah, BioWare's still doing Old Republic, which at this point I wouldn't be upset if it shut down because
two of them now, because it's just the Old Republic or BioWare and DICE. So I hope you're ready for more Battlefront and Old Republic.
Yeah,
yeah. Wait, hold on.
All EA's got going now.
What was that? What was that quote? Let me find the quote from EA. Here it is. Here's like what they said about the studio shutting down. They're like, our Visceral Studio has been developing an action-adventure title set in the Star Wars universe. In its current form, it was shaping up to be a story-based, linear adventure game. Throughout the development process, we have been testing the game concept with players, listening to feedback about what and how they want to play, and closely tracking fundamental shifts in the marketplace. It has become clear that to deliver an experience that players will want to come back to and enjoy for a long time to come, a games as a service, we needed to pivot the design. Pivot. How do you pivot a design? Never mind, we'll break this down in a second. We will maintain the stunning visuals, authenticity in the Star Wars universe, and focus on bringing a Star Wars story to life. Importantly, we are shifting the game to be a broader experience that allows for more variety and player agency, leaning to the capabilities of our Frostbite engine and reimagining the central elements of the game to give players a Star Wars adventure with greater depth and breadth to explore. Like, that's so
what I'm hearing is
we want a broader experience.
What I was hearing was originally it was going to be Force Unleashed 3, and that would have been great. But now it's Star Wars Assassin's Creed.
No, it's not Star Wars Assassin's Creed even. It's Star Wars Battlefront 1 all over again.
Well, because here's the thing, right? I agree with Joe. I think it's going to end up being, like, if they're still going to do this, I feel like they're going to turn it into, like, an Assassin's Creed, Witcher, Shadow of Mordor, super open world. Yeah, Shadow of Star Wars. The dark side of the Jedi.
Open world.
You're not the only one. Everyone hates it.
It's like, stop putting so friggin' much into the game, because there's a fine older games like Kingdom Hearts 1, okay, where it was like you did a thing in a world, okay, you were able to gather all the crap if you looked through it and ground everything to try to find everything. You could do that. You could beat the game. You could 100% a game with a little bit of effort and a little bit of time. You could put it on the shelf and be like, that was a great game. And then maybe later come back to it and being like, let's try this again and see if, things are different. But it's like, games aren't like that anymore. They want you to constantly play without stopping. They don't want shelf life. These companies do not want shelf life. They can't fathom the idea
every game has to have
shelf life.
Every game has to have like a 2-year plan. Like, this game, it's going to last us 2 years. We're going to make money on it for 2 whole years, and then we'll release the next one.
And I mean, I kind of get it because they got to make the game last for the duration of the console. But even then, it's like, years ago, they didn't have that thought. It was just make the game.
Just make a game, make it good.
Make the game, close the book, whatever happens.
On to the next project.
If they're lucky enough to make a sequel, if it was popular enough to make a sequel, then do it. But don't beat a dead horse. Don't be like, okay, we're making one game and like 50 expansion packs that you got to buy on the outset, otherwise you're screwed. And it's like, because when the whole season pass thing first started, Like when I first picked up like Lego Star Wars, that was the first game that I legitimately bought that had like a season pass. Yeah, that was the first game, the first modern game that I bought that had a legitimate season pass to it. I'm like, what is a season pass? And they're like, oh, it's DLC if they make anything. So it's like, it's a $24 gamble. Well, back then it was a $24 gamble as to whether or not, you actually wanted to do it on the off chance they were going to make DLC. But now that's a guarantee.
Yeah, but still, like, I still don't agree with Season Pass anyway, because just because there's going to be DLC doesn't mean it's going to be good DLC. So you're still like gambling on it. You're just like, hopefully they make enough DLC.
It's an unfinished game. You're buying an unfinished game, and you're buying the right to play the completed game later.
And this is going to get into an argument.
Depends on the product. Sometimes you might think that
60% of the time it happens all the time.
I can fight you on this, and I will.
Here's the thing, because it's just one of those things. Like, I don't agree with season passes just because I'm like, because here's the thing. Even if it is good DLC, the question is like, what is worth the amount of money you're spending on the season pass? Is it like one really good DLC? Is it like two maybe shorter good DLC? Like. Whenever you buy a season pass, what are you hoping to get out of that, right? So especially if like they don't already have like, this is what we're doing with DLC, and some games already have that mapped out.
Usually they almost always have their DLC roadmap, but whether that's the final thing of like, we did it. We did everything we were going to say we do. We said we were going to do. Or a lot of times, it does end up like, well, we didn't release this, and we released this other thing instead, so...
Yeah.
But usually it works. Like, usually they have the roadmap, and they show it. And maybe it won't be details. Injustice 2, for example. Like, okay, here's our season pass. We're going to be releasing 2 character packs, not releasing who it is, but we're going to have 2 character packs. Each will have like 3 characters, and we'll be releasing lots of skins and these other things.
And I think,
okay, that's what is coming in that season pass.
And honestly, I think if any time would be like a good time to buy a season pass, I feel like it would be for a fighting game. Because fighting games, like in a season, they tend to have
shooters. Shooters usually have season passes too, because it's just we release new maps.
Right, but like that's like Street Fighter, right? I think they released 5 new fighters this season.
Here's the thing,
and they had like the new skins and everything. So I could see like getting a season pass for a fighting game, just because they're always like adding.
I want to hear Noah's argument.
Okay,
I want to hear Noah's argument.
2 words, technically 1 word.
Okay.
Overwatch.
Yeah, and people, and you know how Overwatch sustains itself? Loot boxes.
Actually, they sustain themselves probably off of World of Warcraft subscriptions, because I once calculated out World of Warcraft's making a shit ton of money every month.
Yeah, but they're separate departments. Like, it's not like Blizzard's not like, okay, we got all this World of Warcraft money, let's funnel it to Overwatch.
True, but that's
Blizzard's how businesses grow. Like, if you have
I'm not saying they don't do that. I'm saying
Overwatch's
primary source of income is loot boxes. That's how they make money. That's how they're able to continue developing things from people.
But see, here's the thing: even in Overwatch, the loot boxes are completely cosmetic. You do not need a single thing in any of those loot boxes.
I'm saying the reason the game give you free updates to the game is because they have loot boxes. Now, a lot of games will be like, we're releasing a map pack and loot boxes, but those games are bad. That's a bad business.
That's like how Hearthstone has card packs.
Usually they have 2 different things. The game either has map packs or loot boxes. At least that's how it used to be. Nowadays, people are just being shitlords.
Yeah.
And doing both.
Well, and here's the thing,
another game that does this perfectly is Dead by Daylight. Like, almost every other DLC that they do is either free or paid. And even then, it's like $6 at the most. It's like, it's either a skin pack, or or a new killer or a new survivor, and it's like it's either
Yeah,
free
but
I don't.
or sometimes
Okay,
it's
hold on. I don't agree with that because I don't think that Dead by Daylight is using that money to fix their game, which it desperately needs.
Oh yeah, probably not.
Yeah, probably not. That's for Martini Tuesday.
For Martini Tuesday.
No, I doubt it. But yeah, no, Dead by Daylight. In every update comes with like a new killer, new survivor, new map.
Yeah.
Like that's regular.
Not
They
to
have
mention,
regular DLC.
I mean, you know, it's fine. It glitches out sometimes. The
yeah,
connection
sure.
isn't
The game
great.
just stops working.
The game just stops
you know,
working. But you know, they're DLC, so it's fine. That
It's
fixes
mostly playable.
I have other issues.
Killer's more complicated than the last, but you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I Overwatch is a prime example of like this is. I'm not gonna say this isn't done right. This isn't done one way. Like yeah, you can. They do free updates, and that's why a lot of people were still mad. Like, oh man, it's a $60 game. I gotta pay $60, and there's loot boxes. It's like yeah, but it's gonna be an ongoing thing. It's gonna be years until they make Overwatch 2, if ever. They'll probably just keep updating Overwatch.
Yeah, I don't think they're making an Overwatch 2.
Overwatch is the example of games as a service done well, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can argue that.
Yeah.
Um,
I still wouldn't call Overwatch specifically a game as a service.
Why not?
Say.
Why not?
Because I think the common idea of games as a service is more the fact of like, or more the idea of like season passes.
well,
Like
I think
like Overwatch does still fit into that because of the loot box system, because of the events and everything.
True,
the
Overwatch
backpacks and
base
everything.
game is actually $40. My mistake.
I think
Yeah.
that
But
the actual
Because
like
for-
the true example of games as a service is GTA Online. That's a game that's been around for several years. People keep coming back to it because they keep adding things. And here's the real reason that I think that GTA Online like stays around as honestly, I believe this is that people just have fun doing stuff with their friends. You make up crap. You get to like tell your own story. Like GTA role-playing servers are huge, especially here on Twitch.
yeah.
Like right now, huge to just be like part of a role-playing like server.
And that's
so
also done
that's
fairly
really,
well.
Yeah, but I think that
'Cause the
that's
updates are
really
free,
why that
But to
game
do lots of
lasts.
stuff, you do have to spend money.
yeah,
Yeah, and
updates are
that's where I
free.
disagree because they
Yeah.
purposely try to get you to buy
Like, everything
a
is so
ton of shark
crazy
cards.
expensive, you almost have to buy shark cards.
But I think I understand how and why they did it. I think there's a specific way that you're supposed to pay for everything in game without necessarily having to buy shark
Oh
cards.
yeah,
Like,
you
I
have to
feel like you
grind
do
it
the
out,
heist-
but you can.
Yeah,
But
like
that's
you
the
do
point,
heist to
is
do
that
the
you
MC
can't-
club. You do the MC club to get the business
You
and
do,
so
the
on.
business, you do the business to do the thing.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
It's literally like it's kind of like Telltale, and that it's really an illusion of choice. They're like, yeah, you could spend several hours and grind out the money that you need to buy this thing, or
Or you can
buy a
drop 20
shark.
bucks.
Yeah, and buy $1 million in shark card right now. And honestly,
Yeah.
they know that people like most people who just really want that thing. They're not going to spend the time. They're just going to drop the money for the shark card. And that's the way they design it, is to earn their money by getting people to buy shark cards. And that's a lot of people, like, why they say that there's no GTA 6. They're like, they don't need a GTA 6. They make so much
they'll
money
do a
off
GTA
GTA
6.
Online. Why
They'll do
bother?
GTA 6, though.
That's like people are kind of talking right now about whether they're going to do a Red Dead Redemption Online. I think they will,
Red Dead
because I
Redemption
think
2.
they'll make a ton of money off of Red Dead Redemption
Absolutely.
Online. Just
Absolutely.
like GTA Online, and people would love it because it's like Old West. I would get it because I
Yeah,
love like
absolutely.
I would
We
love the
get
idea of
a
just like
posse,
trotting around the Old West, doing
Yeah.
posses, and
Yeah.
it'd be great. It'd be fun.
I don't know if it'll be the same without planes. Flying around's real fun.
That's true, but still.
Yeah, I want.
I don't
GTA
think that
4
flying around in
series.
planes is fun at all. I'm terrible at controlling planes in that game, so I just like crash into skyscrapers all the time. I'm like, this hangar update
And
isn't
that's
for
why
me.
me and Kofi are pilots. Sometimes Joe.
But yeah,
I'm
no.
better than you.
1v1 me, bro. 1v1 me.
But going back to earlier in our conversation, whenever Noah mentioned like, why does everything have to be so open world? I totally agree, because I was talking with Joe not that long ago, and we were talking about like the Witcher 3 style games. And I'm like, look, everyone loves The Witcher 3, and I'm not going to deny that. It was game of the year. People were super hype about it. It's a really great game. But if you look at someone who's like tried to Let's Play it, like Jesse Cox, he's what did we figure out? Like 110 episodes deep or something?
135 or something.
And
it's crazy.
I think he is like just over halfway through that game. And I'm like,
not to mention he hasn't touched DLC.
Yeah, and it's just like it's like that's insane.
There's so much game.
There's
so much game.
So for everybody to suddenly be like, we should make a game like The Witcher 3, it's like, no, that's a terrible idea, because no one will play your game, because if every game is like The Witcher 3, no one will have time to spend on any game.
Exactly. And that's what everyone wants. Everyone wants their game to be The Witcher 3 that everyone's playing, and they'll put microtransactions in so they can make more money off of everyone playing their game. Cough, cough, Shadow of War, cough, cough.
Here's the thing, though, because, like, we've all heard people talk about Shadow of War, and how it's really, like, barely even an actual game. It's just, like, fighting orcs all the time, and it's just, like, the story is, like, kind of there, and it's just, like...
I mean, a lot of people say it's a mediocre game with a fantastic mechanic.
Right, with the Nemesis mechanic. And they're like, and everyone says they would love to see the Nemesis system, but in a different game, because literally the Nemesis system is what holds up Shadow of War, which is a shame, because I mean, Lord of the Rings is a huge and really awesome franchise, and you know, people would love to see like a really good game in the Lord of the Rings universe, but
I'd love to see a really good Shadow of War game. I want it. I just want the Nemesis system in a good game.
Maybe Janky, if you've been paying attention to it at all, maybe you can enlighten me a bit on the storyline. But isn't it basically just what happened if the ring got reforged?
No, it's totally just fan fiction.
It's a new ring. Okay, they forged a new. Here's the thing, because I do know the story of Shadow of War, because I didn't want to play the game, but I just looked up the story. Yeah. It technically fits in with a story that already exists in the Lord of the Rings universe, but it's like side fan fiction. It's like whenever you read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and you're just like, this really feels like Harry Potter fan fiction and not an actual Harry Potter story. But
Lord the game of the itself Rings is the same not canon with the universe at all.
It's not, but it's like they moved it around the canon in such a way that the canon still works with it, but it's like stupid. It's like they reforged the ring, and then Shelob turns into a hot girl, and she takes the ring from them, and then they have to like get the thing, and then like the entire first section is just like the elf ghost complaining about getting the Palantir, and the ranger complaining about saving what is the name of the tower before it becomes Kirith Morgul? Does anyone know what the actual name of that tower in Mordor is?
Not
Any
a clue.
Lord of the Rings friend? Okay, never mind. I'm the only one who vaguely knows Lord of the Rings here.
I watched the movies.
I read the books, including the Silmarillion. Get on my level. Anyway,
I don't need to.
The point is that like it's just a whole bunch of weird stuff. Like the fact that Shelob turns into a lady. It's like technically yes, because technically if you read the Silmarillion, Shelob's mother took the form of a spider, but she didn't have to be a spider. She was just like a dark spirit. And Shelob's the same way. But it's like one of those things where it's like, but you literally just turned her into a hot lady to have a hot lady in the game. Like, that's definitely the reason you put Shelob there. And it's like, I don't know. It's very weird. And they end up facing off against Sauron, and stuff happens. But if you want to play the game, you can play the game. But my God. It's... Whew.
It's pretty low on my list, but it's on my list.
Oh, by the way, since someone asked, the Nemesis mechanic. So the way that works is it's like in the game you fight these orcs, right? And among the orcs there are orc captains and lieutenants. They're like high powered. And so you fight them and you can get them to a point where you could either like kill them straight up, Or after you get your ring back, you can control them and you can turn them to your side. So the nemesis mechanic is either like if you kill them and then they come back later because they defied death, or you chose not to kill them but you didn't turn them to your side either, and so they come back later and they're like stronger and tougher and they have more orcs with them. And it's like, it's hilarious because they give these orcs personalities. There's like one, because I did watch some Shadow of War gameplay, and there's one, he's like a bard, so he comes at you like
bard,
singing
yes.
a song of death for you.
Yes.
I love the orc bard. Yeah.
And he like hits you with his guitar. Oh my god, it's amazing. And then if you like let him go, he'll run away. And then he'll come back later.
The orcs are the best part of that game. It's the only reason to play it. Don't play it for the story.
It really is the only reason.
If you're a really big Lord of the Rings fan who can recognize that this is not canon, this is basically fan fiction with a really fun mechanic, then yeah, you'll love the game. Because if you want silly orcs, they're just so extra. Do it.
Yeah. Because all of them are ridiculous. There's like one orc, he's like the twins, and it's like an orc, but he has like another face on the side of his head. I remember I was watching Jesse play it. He killed that orc on at least 4 occasions, and it kept coming back. It kept like defying death and showing up again. And he's like, "What do I have to do to just end you?" It was so ridiculous. It was, oh my goodness.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
It was just crazy.
If only it was good.
Yeah, if only, because the thing is, like, that's pretty much the game. Is just like fighting orcs. Like,
that's the fun part of the game.
Yeah, there's like stuff to collect, but it's not like hard. There's not like puzzles really or anything like that. It's literally just like fight orcs, fight orcs, fight orcs. Okay, you've taken this area. Now go to this area. Fight orcs, fight orcs, fight. Oh, here's a special orc. Kill him. Fight orcs, fight orcs, fight orcs. Like, it's the same stuff just over and over. And there's not like, there is an upgrade system, but it just makes you kill the orcs faster. So there's not like a lot of interesting mechanic to go into it.
I will say, I've talked to someone who's played the game who's a really big fan of the series. Mm-hmm. Like Lord of the Rings series, not just the Shadow of War games. Shadow of Mordor games. But he said, I've asked him, like, okay, so what about the multiplayer and the loot boxes and stuff? He's like, honestly, I just haven't really done anything with it because I don't care. Like, you don't need them to play the game. So you can, like, again, I hate that the system's in the game. I hate that this game has loot boxes and the multiplayer is so tacked on, it's not even funny.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing, is they're literally just, like,
because it's tacked on, it's not required. You don't need to do anything with it. You can play the whole game and enjoy Orc Hunting Simulator 2017. And that's it. You don't have to touch that stuff that everyone's complaining about the most.
I mean, and that's the biggest thing, right? Is like you said, the multiplayer's tacked on. That's like, I think it was whenever I was watching the Co-optional podcast, either last week or the week before, they were talking about how, like, it's like game developers just have a checklist now. You know, they're just like, oh, we need multiplayer, check. Oh, loot boxes, check. Oh, open world, check. And it's just like big companies just kind of have like a checklist that they go down for games now, instead of just like, you know, just make the game you want to make. That's the reason that I love indie games so much, right? Because it's like, in indie game studios, it's like they have a vision for the game they want to make, and they just make that game. And yeah, maybe it's like super successful and maybe it's crap, but they believe in what they're creating. And so they go for it, which is something that AAA studios just don't really have, because they're AAA. So they are going for like the money, you know? And I mean, that's not to say that the developers that are on the project might not like the project. I mean, like Blizzard, I would consider Blizzard a AAA studio, but I believe that the developers who work there, you know, are really passionate about what they're creating.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. But like, I think a lot of AAA studios, it's just like they're going for that money aspect. Like Warner Brothers, who published Shadow of War, you know, it's a Lord of the Rings title, and they're Warner Brothers. Of course they were just like going for the money.
Yeah, that's why they made Assassin's Creed Middle Earth.
Right. It is though. It's
Assassin's
Creed Middle Earth. Oh my goodness.
Middle Earth, Batman Arkham Assassin.
Which is why I was so terrified when I saw the new Kingdom Hearts trailer, because it looks so damn big.
Yeah.
Like,
but
the
it doesn't
game
look like an
itself-
open world.
It doesn't look like an open world, but it still looks so damn big that I don't want it to be Assassin's Creed Kingdom Hearts.
It won't be. No, I promise you, there will not be towers you have to climb to unlock the map. There's not gonna be.
You have to like purify the eyes of Sauron.
Yeah, you won't have to climb towers. You're not gonna have to collect 4,000 feathers.
Oh my god. I'll tell you what though,
Be-
they're releasing another expansion
I
to
promise.
Hollow Knight. Speaking of indie games, Hollow Knight.
Yeah, it's a game I haven't gotten to yet. I'm not the biggest Metroidvania fan. I say that, but Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yeah, Ori and the Blind Forest is totally a Metroidvania game.
I know it is.
Also really
but
good.
I liked it for the.
And
I should play Hollow.
what because they're doing a new Ori and the Blind Forest. Ori and the Well of Souls.
Oh yeah.
Is
There's
that-
nothing
is
new.
that what it's called?
There's no
The Well
like
of
news
Souls?
about it, but
Something
it has
like
been.
that.
Yeah, but he's like teaming up with a little owl child, and it makes me feel sad.
Oh, I want it so bad.
It'll be super cool. It'll be super cool. Noah, I'm going to give you a moment if you want to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 more. We can talk about it now.
No.
Are you
I
sure?
have a place for that. I
That's
have
fair.
a place for
You have a
that.
place for that.
That is not
We have
for-
another podcast for that. You should check
Yeah,
it
that's
out.
true.
Dive into the hearts on the Something for Every Nerd channel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe and I do it.
good.
It's on Something for Every Nerd, low-key shilling
Talk
for
about
money.
news and sometimes theories.
And merch. All
And,
merch.
and if the last episode's anything to go on,
Yeah, there
Did you
was
did you
so
guys
much
just create a
merch.
whole bunch of like merch?
no. We talk about Kingdom Hearts merch.
I was
No,
gonna
we-
say, could
we-
you imagine in one podcast you're just like, "Hey, we'll make this a T-shirt. We'll make this a
No,
T-shirt.
no,
This will be a
I
No,
poster."
wish.
no. But that's what Square Enix
That's
is
the
doing.
that's
Okay,
the
I'm
next
gonna
step.
talk about-
Theoretical merch.
I'm going to talk about Kingdom Hearts for 1 minute, and
Okay.
1 minute only.
Okay.
We are literally drowning in Kingdom Hearts merch. It is insane. The amount of merchandise that has come out in this year alone is ridiculous. There are Bring Arts figures, there are Play Arts figures, there are plushies, there are Funko Pops and Funko Minis. There are these keychains for days. There's like shirts, socks, underwear, t-shirts, coasters, acrylic charms, soundtrack CDs. Anything and everything. We are literally drowning in merch, and it's fun, but it's also scary at the exact same time.
I mean, it's Disney. What do you want? Like, it's
That's
Disney. Like, their thing is
It's
creating
true,
a whole
but it's
bunch of
also, like,
merchandise.
there's so much- and you still can't find a single damn thing in any of the parks, which pisses me off. It's like there's literally
Except
all
for
this
the
merch,
hoodie.
all this merch. One friggin' hoodie in the Japanese store in Epcot.
Really?
One hoodie. in Japan.
Because, you know, in Epcot, they have the innovations. So I figure, like, they have, like, an entire video game section. You'd figure that they would just be, like, peddling
No.
a whole bunch of Kingdom Hearts stuff there.
Well, because Siemens Siemens, the energy company or whatever company they are, they fucked up Epcot royally. But
What they do?
it's not even okay. So like a lot of the park now
We're
is
talking about
like
Epcot
half
now.
the park. Yeah, we're talking about Epcot now.
Pop
A lot of the
culture.
park, they're like talking about like fire safety or earthquake safety. It's talking about like modern technology instead of like future technology, which is what I loved about Epcot. Epcot was all about the future and reaching
Yeah,
far,
but
and Siemens
then-
just grounded it too much. It's like this is what we have now.
but if
we don't
Epcot's the
need
future,
imagine
what's the purpose of Tomorrow Magic Kingdom?
That's true, but
Tomorrowland
it's like Epcot
but
taking
Tomorrowland was
Tomorrowland
like
and
the
pushing it
space.
further.
The,
The sci-fi
far,
space.
like sci-fi
Yeah.
future. Where
Well,
Epcot's like, these are
'cause
like
here's the
real
thing.
things.
Here's what made me laugh the most, which is last time that I was down at Disney World, they had closed Spaceship Earth so that they could redo it. Because
Yeah.
last time I rode Spaceship Earth, the end of it is like, in the future, information will be able to travel on light waves. And I'm like, oh, you mean like fiber optic cables that we have right now?
You mean like right now?
And so,
Hashtag Google Fiber.
and
In
so
the
they
future.
they finally closed down Epcot, or they closed down Spaceship Earth, and they're like, we're gonna go ahead and update this so that the future section's actually the future again. It makes me laugh.
Not like last
But
year.
yeah,
You know, there are a lot of cool things in Epcot, because, you know, Epcot's supposed to be like a standing World Fair. So you have like the nations at the back, which are like world pavilions at the World Fair, and then
Yeah.
my favorite part though is like the Earth and Ocean exhibits, because they're all like green and like sustainability and stuff like that. And they have like their own farm there where they grow Mickey Mouse tomatoes, and it's great. makes me smile.
But yeah, like, so the Japanese store just did not have anything Kingdom Hearts related. And like, even if Epcot was to do like a small section that like focused on Disney games, Disney Interactive shut down. They don't make
That's true.
games anymore. Disney Interactive bought Star Wars, shut down LucasArts, which was Lucas's, video game production company and everything. They shut that down. They were like, okay, we're going to produce future Star Wars games. They produced one. Not even. It was like Disney Infinity, and it had a Star Wars level. It was a great Star Wars. It was three great Star Wars levels in Disney Infinity. But it was like, that's not what we want. And then afterwards, Disney Infinity
Epic
just
Mickey.
kind of like
That was
tanked the
great.
company.
Let's say Disney Infinity kind of ruined Disney Interactive, which is a shame because Disney Infinity wasn't bad.
Yeah, Disney Infinity wasn't bad, but it was also like the death knell for Disney Interactive as a company. And they just eventually were like, we're shutting down. We're only going to focus on like mobile games.
That's what
like
happens.
apps.
That's what happens when
Yeah.
you try to fight Skylanders, man.
Well, it's not even
Is Skylanders still going? Because I'm
Yep.
pretty sure I heard a thing.
Yep.
Skylanders
They were like,
still going.
Still going.
like running
And
it
they
down
looped
now.
Crash Bandicoot into that. So rest in peace, Crash Bandicoot.
They did that. They also looped in Donkey Kong and Bowser, but that didn't kill Nintendo.
Did they?
Yeah. For
Wait, I thought Nintendo had its own toy. Oh, the Amiibos. Oh, but
no,
they don't have like a
it
specific
does have
game
its own
for
Amiibo
Amiibos.
line, but for Skylanders, when they released it on a thing, they released the Skylanders game on Wii U. It was like a kart racing one. They're like, oh, we're gonna put in Donkey Kong and Bowser.
Because why
Side
not?
note, I have to address something in the chat. The game doesn't function well. The Kingdom Hearts mobile game doesn't function well, but the story is really good, but confusing as hell.
Those little snippets
quali-
of story you get through all the terrible gameplay are pretty solid.
That qualifies all the story of Kingdom Hearts. All the story of Kingdom Hearts is confusing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
I thought
yeah.
I thought you were saying all the gameplay.
Kingdom
and all
Hearts
the
has
gameplay
driven me to
bad.
tears.
All the
Story.
gameplay is terrible in Kingdom Hearts, and the story is
It's all
confusing.
bad.
That is my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
This
I'll
this
tell you-
used to be full. Kingdom Hearts emptied it.
I'll tell you the one thing about Epcot though, because something in chat made me think of it. There's like a thing there, an unofficial thing there, where you could do a bar crawl of all the nations.
Oh, drink around the world?
Yeah, drink around the world.
Drink around the world.
Hey, Noah, you were just down there.
I
Did you drink
can't-
around the world?
I did not.
I don't think there are a
lot.
lot of people that complete it. I'm pretty sure they like start in France and then they make it like 3/4 of the way and they're like, nah, I can't complete the journey. Here's the thing.
Is France one end of it?
Yeah. No,
It might be Canada.
I know Norway's
Canada.
one end.
it's
No,
Mexico,
Mexico is one end, and then I think maybe Canada's the other.
Mexico, Norway,
Norway's the other end.
Germany.
Are you looking at a map?
No, I'm doing it from memory.
No, I'm asking you.
Mexico, Norway, Germany,
I'm doing it from memory too.
Mexico,
This is what
Norway,
this is
Germany. This is turning into the Animaniacs song.
No.
United States,
'cause
Mexico,
I know from the
Panama,
other
Canada,
end-
Haiti, Jamaica, Peru.
Oh yeah, no, it is Mexico. Yeah, you start in Mexico and end in Canada. That's the way you
What did
wanna
I
do it.
say?
You were right. You were right. You were right.
But the issue is that I think most people start in Mexico.
Norway is
That's
after
the-
Mexico, you're
That's
right.
the wrong way. That's the wrong way to start. You don't start your drinking game in Mexico and then move on.
No,
from
you
there.
do because you get
You
like
start
you
with
get-
tequila.
No, you don't get tequila. You get like a morning margarita.
No,
There's
you
Margaritas
gotta
are
end. You gotta end in Mexico. That way you can do the tequila.
I'm just saying you don't get
That's-
straight tequila. I found
Do
a
if
guide
you're
for
playing
drinking
on hard
through
mode.
Epcot.
you do if you're playing on hard mode.
Look, I don't think. Look, the point is, I don't think people actually make it through Drink Around the World. I'm pretty sure they cut out like
I No,
did
you
get
do
sake
start-
in
you-
Japan. I did get sake in Japan, but I didn't drink around the world.
Okay.
No, you do. You start the day with a frozen margarita.
Which is
I'm sorry. Are you looking at like an official guide to
I
how to
found
do
a guide.
this? There's a
You
guide
wanna
to how
start
to
in
do it.
Mexico.
That's
You want to
Alright, what's
start in
the guide?
Mexico.
what is the full
What's
day
the
plan?
guide? We're here.
Full day plan?
We're here now.
Oh, do you want to go through this guide I found?
Yes.
Yeah, we're
Alright.
already here now.
First stop,
Finish it.
Mexico. You have many options at this point. You can start with a Dos Equis beer, a frozen margarita, or a tequila shot. Most people will start with the frozen margarita. However, if you're feeling adventurous, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do feeling adventurous.
If you're
Up
playing
next
on
is
hard.
Norway. Norway, you get the Viking coffee because it's an alcoholic coffee.
Viking coffee. Does it make me want to pillage and plunder?
You can also get Danish Carlsberg beer, a couple of non-Norwegian wines, these Scandinavian liquor. The only technically Norwegian alcohol they have is the Viking coffee.
Here's what makes me laugh the most. We're being told how to do this challenge by the one person
By the person who doesn't
definitely
drink,
wouldn't.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it.
Okay. You know what? That's fine. We're good. We're going to move on to the last topic of the day, which is Amazon Key. So, for those of you who haven't
Chain
heard,
key?
what? Amazon is working on a new service. And the new service is
Creepy.
Amazon. Yeah, the new service is
No,
creepy. So it's like
I've actually read the article on it. It's not that bad.
okay. So how about you start talking about it then, and then we'll
All
jump
right, so
in.
Amazon Key, the quick and dirty version
Ooh.
is Amazon can get into your house, leave your package inside. The more explained version that's a lot less creepy is it's a kit you get that's an electronic lock you can put on your door that comes with a camera outside and cameras for your house. It's part of Amazon Echo, but it's like a different package. It's like the key package for Amazon Echo. And they come in, Amazon has your code, and when they put in the code, the camera immediately comes on and is recording what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also just like give other people your code if you wanted. So like if you're someone you trust, it's like, oh hey, you can get in my house. I don't need to hide a key in a shrub. It's just, I think it's better than I initially thought anyway.
Yeah, because initially it sounded horrifying. It was just like,
Yeah,
Amazon
it's like
can
Amazon
just get
gets
into your
the
house.
key to my house. No, it's an electronic lock.
Right.
They just know the password to. That
Okay.
comes with a camera that automatically.
It's
mean,
just
in
And
that
they
aspect,
and they install it for you. So they like professionally install.
So Amazon
It's not
installs
like-
the thing that lets Amazon into your house. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Yeah.
I
mean, no,
I
but yes,
see.
Oh, I see.
And the installation's free.
Because
Yeah,
they're
it comes with
going
the
to
security
break into
camera,
your
a
house
smart
and
lock,
steal
and the
your
app.
stuff because it's Amazon. No.
Because Amazon is.
Yeah, it's fine. Because I mean, I get it because there has been a problem lately with a lot of people just like
People
walking,
just grabbing Amazon packages. Yeah.
Yes.
Here's the thing,
actually.
and here's the thing that I don't understand about that is, you have no idea what's in that package, and yet you are still making the decision to just go up and grab it. Like, you honestly have
It
no
could
idea
be a
what.
gun, it could be underwear. It could be gold. It could be a piece of cheese.
I'm sorry, gold? Who's ordering gold off of Amazon?
I don't know.
Or
I'm
cheese,
giving
for that
options.
matter. Who's ordering gold and cheese off Amazon?
The boat is a boat, but the box can be anything. It could be
Even
a boat.
You know how much we wanted a
But
boat?
seriously, I kind of picture that like that's what these people think whenever they're just like walking up to people's Porsches and like taking
They're
baggages off.
taking the
They're just like, it could be a boat. It's a mystery box. It could be anything.
Boat.
These are the people that are too into loot boxes. They are so into loot boxes. They love the
I
RNG too much.
know.
They just steal packages so that they can open them up and see what's inside.
That legendary Halloween skin might be in here.
Like, oh my god. I just don't get it. Yeah, exactly. Toilet paper. Someone in chat was just like, we had toilet paper stolen. Great. Some thief
Wait,
now has
no other
toilet
person.
paper. Great.
Loot boxes, we've come full circle. It's true. It's
It's
true.
true.
We've come full circle.
It's
We're
true.
back to loot boxes.
Yep.
Hence my title
Oh,
for
my
the
goodness.
episode. Box
Um,
aficionado.
yeah,
That's me.
the Loot Box
I'm
aficionado.
an expert.
And
I don't
talked
even
about
know if I
Kingdom
spelled
Hearts for
aficionado
her.
right, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter.
You know what?
It's not a real
can't
title,
really
so it's
tell.
fine. Um,
You
The
can
only
subscribe
title
to
that
toilet
matters is the
paper.
pop
You can get a
culture.
toilet paper subscription on Amazon. This is even more breaking news for me.
you didn't know? Yeah, you can also do it for like groceries and stuff. You could just have like a monthly
Oh, yeah, 'cause they
subscription
have
so that
those
they always deliver it.
buttons.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's mostly for like people who don't like older people who don't leave their house very often. You can get like a certain amount of
Oh.
groceries every week.
It's
but I
also
mean-
been pointed out you did misspell aficionado.
yeah, that's fine. Um,
Leave it in the chat, the proper spelling.
but I think it's like here's what makes me laugh is I'm pretty sure the subscription system was made for like older people who don't like get out of their house very much, and it's just
Yeah.
easier to get them the groceries delivered. I'm pretty
or
sure it's
millennials who
being
just don't want
used,
to.
but by young lazy people who just don't want to go to the grocery store, and they're just using it to deliver stuff to the house. And so yeah, I'm pretty sure.
There was actually an article I read about those stupid Amazon buttons where a kid accidentally ordered like thousands
dollhouse.
of dollars
There-
worth of goldfish.
There was
Oh,
there
yeah.
was a kid I remember who like ordered a dollhouse using one of those
Yeah.
was it cuz what's it
The-
called?
the-
Alexa? Alexa is the Amazon one.
Well, the Amazon
Alexa's
Echo, which is
the
Alexa.
Echo
It's like
thing.
Alexa, I want to play doll, and it's
like-
or bought a dollhouse.
Do you want a dollhouse? It's like, yeah, that's exactly what I
Yeah.
want. Ordered like a $500 dollhouse. And it's just like, what the hell? Like, why can't you just do that? Yeah, they really need to work on like parental settings or something for those things, because it is far too easy to just order crap off that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But
it's
yeah.
but okay. So let's wrap up for the day by talking about what's everyone up to for the week. Is anyone up to anything interesting? Anything geeky? Anything gaming? Anything?
Like what we're doing, or like this is self-promotion
I mean, you can self-promotion, but if you also have something that you're just really excited about, you can share.
I mean, this week I'm really excited for Stranger Things 2, which we talked about.
Right.
We'll
We'll probably talk about that next week.
What else is coming this week? Can't think of anything else this week that I'm really excited for. I mean, BlizzCon's next week, though. Really
Yeah, we'll
excited.
definitely talk about that. We'll definitely talk about BlizzCon.
BlizzCon.
So hype. So hype.
So
Anyway, self-promo. I am actually going to go back to making videos soon.
ooh,
I'm going to record some today.
gonna
been
do some
months.
WoW, little World of
Gonna do
Warcraft.
some WoW, and I'm going to start up a Hat in Time, which we didn't talk about today, but that's been one of my favorite games I've played this year so far.
you gonna
Oh my
finish
god,
Hat
I love Hat in Time. It's my fave.
Here's the thing. I finished Hatful Boyfriend. I just need to edit it.
Hatful Boyfriend.
Hatful Boyfriend.
Hey,
So check me
Joe,
out on YouTube.
Have you
JoeLBone.
beat Wet Mushroom Heaven yet?
No, I have not been. I actually haven't played since last we spoke about it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So yeah,
No, Hat in
go
Time. Good
go
stuff.
watch me. YouTube.com. JoeLBone.
Joe.
Follow me on Twitter. JoeLBone, because JoeLBone was taken.
Good.
Just like Joe, then L, then Bone. One word, but it's La on Twitter.
One word.
What are you up to, Noah?
I'm in the middle of the Halloween Spooktacular 2 on Something for Everyone.
I'm also there.
Joe's also there. Janky's there. Me and Janky are doing Phantom of the Opera. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hashtag Phantom Booty for
Good.
the win.
Good is a word.
It's
Maybe
a
not one I'd
phrase.
use to describe that game.
You shut your own mouth. I
Here's
will
the
put you
thing.
in
That
streets.
game lost me at time travel.
Janky, we gotta finish. We gotta stop Edgar Degas from accosting young ballerinas.
Yeah, that too. But it was like, I was pretty sure that it was just like some random dude dressing up as the Phantom, and that's like, then you go back in time. And I'm just like, never mind. I thought that this was like a cool murder mystery game. It just turned weird. Like, I don't even know what to think anymore.
I know,
But
need
we
to watch it.
gotta
I actually haven't watched it
finish
yet.
it. And yeah, so the Halloween Spooktacular, we did some Dead by Daylight with the whole crew. We did oh gosh, what else did I do? We did some tabletop simulator. We did some betrayal.
Betrayal at heart.
Tom, my cohort on the channel, did Dead Space all this week.
Love
Today
Dead
he just
Space.
put out a Halloween
Love
episode of I Have Issues, which is his comic book review session
About Predator.
about Predator. This weekend, I've got some Gore for Golf with Friends and Dive into the Hearts podcast, where you can hear me talk about Kingdom Hearts and more.
Merch. This is the merch episode.
This is the merch episode. I had to film a pickup just to talk about all the extra merch.
Talk about more merch.
Good.
Talk about
Merch.
more merch. Then hopefully the Overwatch Halloween episode, and then closing out Phantom, and that'll be October.
Cool. Awesome. Well, as for myself, of course, on Sundays you can always catch Hanging with Janky, where I talk more about gaming news and my opinions, and people don't interrupt me in my opinions, and I just get to say whatever I want, no matter how wrong it might be, because there is no one there to stop me. And then I also have a thing coming out for Janky's Lab for Bendy and the Ink Machine that's been sitting around for a while now, and I really need to do Chapter 3 so I could talk about it. And then some more Sonic Mania, because I've been recording that, and I need to finish getting that out, because that game is almost ancient now. Is almost ancient now, and Sonic Forces is like... Sonic Forces is right around the corner, and people are already hyped for that, and I'm like, I haven't finished Sonic Mania, so I gotta do that. And then, of course,
November 7th.
Next Thursday, you can tune back in here for more Pop Cultured, where we'll be talking about BlizzCon and probably Stranger Things, and whatever else has been going on over the course of the week. So definitely check that
Hopefully
out.
something happens.
Yeah, hopefully something interesting
Could be a
happens.
short episode.
And then, yeah, we'll do all that stuff. And so it'll be super cool, super awesome. Definitely check us all out. Like Joe said, you can check him out on YouTube and Twitter. You can check out Noah on YouTube and Twitter. You can, of course, check me out at youtube.com/ShangyShenanigans. You can check me out on Twitch, which hopefully you already know where that is because you're watching it right now. And you can also find me on Twitter at JankShenanigans. So that is all the needless shilling that we have to do today. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of the Pop Cultured podcast. If you happen to miss part of it, I will be putting it over on YouTube later today, so you can check it all out there. Other than that, I think that pretty much covers it. So I hope everyone has a lovely day, evening, or whatever you happen to be watching. Thank you all so much for watching. And until the next time, this is Joe, Noah, and Janky signing out.
Dance party!
Yeah, I can get you home, man.